Hello and welcome back. Today I'm showing off something special I had made by PCBWay. They reached out and asked if I was interested in having something custom made for a video, and I just want to say I had a really great experience during the whole process. I've never done anything like this before, so a lot of this was new to me and honestly somewhat intimidating. But anytime there was an issue with my design, they were quick to reach out and get it resolved. I spoke through messages with a couple different people, and they were easily some of the nicest and most respectful and welcoming people I've ever dealt with. And I just wanted to say thank you again to PCBWay for giving me this opportunity. Having opportunities like this to try out items or have services done for me just blows my mind. I never imagined I would be in this position. So from the bottom of my heart, a huge thank you goes out to my subscribers for making all of this possible. Without you, this channel would go nowhere, and I hope someday this channel makes it to a place where I can give back to you. Alright, so some of you might remember this design from my TPU phone case video a while back. The face was created with an AI image generator and then turned into an SVG and imported into Tinkercad. I will leave links to some videos in the description that go further into detail of that. What I have here is a backplate I made to replace the backplate on my Schecter Sun Valley. Normally this is held on with 6 screws, which can make getting in and out of the trim cavity a hassle, which is why a lot of people just opt to leave them off altogether. Personally, I don't like the look of it off, so I knew I wanted to design and print a backplate of my own that I could make magnetic for ease of removal. Just to be clear, I was already working on this when PCBWay contacted me, and I thought this would be a great idea to have made in aluminum, similar to one of my favorite guitarists.
And then in the back here, kind of a cool plate that some guy made.
But maybe a little neater by using magnets instead of Velcro.
Yeah, I mean, it's very getting into the bowels of Steve Vai's guitar.
I started by taking some measurements of the stock backplate. I rounded to 140 by 87 millimeters. And I used this fillet gauge that I mentioned in a previous video to find the fillet size. The measurements had to be exact, especially for the magnet placement. So I just jumped into the free version of Fusion 360 because while it can be done in Tinkercad, it's just easier to be more precise in Fusion. You also need a step file for PCBWay, which to my knowledge, you can't get from Tinkercad. Because this is a really simple design, I'm just going to run through the timeline of how I made this. First, I sketched the rectangle of the 140 by 87 millimeters and extruded it to 2.15 millimeters. Then I filleted the corners. Next, I sketched and aligned the circles that would be the cavities for the magnets to sit in. Those have to be in the right spots to connect with the screws, which you'll see later. After that, I imported the SVG of the face and stretched it to where I thought it would look good. Then I sketched 2 circles over the eyes that will be the finger holes and extruded them out. I also gave them a chamfer on either side just to make it a little easier on the fingers. And here's what I'm left with. I imported that model into Tinkercad, as well as the SVG of the face, and sized it to where I could cut it out of the plate before test printing to help give a better idea of how it would look in the end. I first printed this out of PLA to test fit, which resulted in one of the coolest time lapses I've ever seen. I used red here just specifically so it would look good on the time lapse, but the one I originally wanted was going to be in white with the face in black, and this is what a test print of that looks like just in the white. And it fits perfectly. I'm running low on magnets, so I didn't even want to bother unnecessarily wasting any by gluing them in, but they do align with the screws. After that, I jumped on PCBWay's website and started the upload process by going up here to CNC machining and then dropping the step file for my backplate. I set the quantity to 1 and then came down here to surface finish. I decided to go with anodized black, and it gives you this warning about rack marks. It's basically saying if you don't want to see them, note where they should be. In my case, I added a note to one of the pictures that said the rack side could be the back or through the holes. Then I scrolled down here and checked silkscreen. This is where I uploaded the SVG of the face, making sure the SVG is the correct size of the final image on the backplate. In my case, the original SVG was small, and I stretched it out in Fusion to make it the size I wanted. So I checked those dimensions in Fusion and changed the original JPEG to reflect the correct size by using the ruler in Photoshop. And then I saved it and turned it into a whole new SVG. Anyway, after I uploaded my SVG, I checked that I wanted it in white. And then at the bottom, I checked aluminum cavity enclosure because it sounded the closest to what I was designing. And then I came up here and hit submit request. There is a guesstimation here on price, but that will definitely go up with the silk screening and anodizing. I got the full price, which included shipping the next day. But you could easily save some money just by getting the plate made out of aluminum and paint it yourself. And if you have one or know someone who has a vinyl sticker printer, you could add your own custom design to it as well. That's what I had planned to do if this came in over budget. So fast forward a couple weeks and here it is. It turned out so much better than I could have imagined. The holes for the magnets were perfect. I didn't even need to use glue, I just pressed them in by hand. But these magnets do vary slightly in size, so I had to find the perfect fit for all 6. The next thing I had to do was prep the guitar a little in order to make the plate sit flush. So I took a drill bit the size of the head of the screws and drilled out the holes just enough to let the head of the screws sit flush with the body of the guitar. And that's perfect. The back plate sits flush now. And here comes the magnet strength test. Not that I'm going anywhere with this, but if it can stay attached during this, I don't foresee any problems with it randomly falling off in the future. Alright, that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I appreciate you tuning in. Catch you in the next one. And as always, have the best day ever.